So hello everybody, here I am again. This is where I grew up as a kid. You know, this used to be a plum orchard when I was really little, and then it was an apple orchard when I got a little older. And as you can see over here, my house is right here. This is my barn. I consider it the family barn. It used to be mainly a cattle. My window in my house was right, my room was right up there. So, you know, I used to wake up in the summer times hearing the farmers in the spring spraying, and you know, the spray would drift over into our house, the pesticides and the release to release the fruit from the trees. And you know, you just, it was almost as if, you know, you would hear people get into, you know, you would hear the conversations about pesticides and stuff getting into the groundwater and how it was bad. And you know, right here our well is only about 10 feet deep. That's about 3.5 meters deep. So you know, I guess I was proof, being a nice big strong boy, nice big strong lad. I was proof that maybe growing up next to the farm wasn't a bad thing, and pesticides that the farmers used didn't hurt me. So I was probably a good example for the farming community here in Leelanau County. You know, all-state basketball player, grew up with a farm. Probably it was the way I was promoted. But what I wanted to show you guys here is my tree fort. So we used to have a tree fort back here, right where all the pesticides. This is right in the corner, but it's still kind of here. Here's my property marker. You see my tree fort? And looky there, someone put a bow hunting blind up in my tree fort. Wonder if they still know that's there. Right on the property line. I think technically that tree is on our property. Well, I used to hunt on their property, so I guess that means I can still hunt on their property. One of the things that you learn about when you live on farms, there's this community kind of bond that happens since pesticides are being sprayed over into our house and our property. You just kind of learn to, you know, have an openness with the farmers that you just learn. You know, for instance, one of the farmers probably put this blind up in my tree. This is on my property, and since I used to hunt on his property, he probably feels like because he would allow, you know, they let us. I asked, but he never asked. But it doesn't matter. But this is my old tree fort. But you know, it's just one of those things that you just kind of learn to live with having farmers around. So, you know, I just feel it's important to share these things, because it's just, you know, when you're a community and you have a farming community, you kind of, you know, you celebrate the farmers, but there's things that you learn that get you to that point. Acceptances, realities. Whereas some people, like my cousins from Cincinnati, for instance, they might freak out thinking that there's pesticides drifting over onto our house. Yet they live in a city that's full of